But then at 48, my body just shut down. My family and I went to a lake and we went water skiing. And within 2 hours of being in the lake, I was rushed to the hospital. And my body just said, enough is enough. I can't take anymore. And I knew that my body, I told my husband, I said, my soul wants to dance and it's going to dance here on earth or somewhere else. Like I just knew I was at this crossroads in my life where I had to do something totally different. And so after doing, Western and Eastern modalities for 34 years to try everything, the one thing that I really hadn't done was hire a spiritual teacher, a spiritual counselor. And that was the beginning of my journey. That was the one thing I did different outside of, all the modalities that I'm going to talk about. And the first thing she said to me was, tell me about your traumas when you were a child. And I had never, ever spoken about some really severe sexual trauma that I had ever once. I never said a word to anybody about it. And so when she asked me, I couldn't even get the words out. My throat chakra was so closed up, I couldn't even speak. And she goes, "This is your body." She says, You're not allergic to anything. Your body's screaming at you. It's saying, I need you to recognize what you've been through. And so I was open to that conversation, but also like, no way, there's something wrong. I've got, I have these allergic reactions. And so I continued to see her while I went to a functional doctor, and he was a new doctor. And I looked for somebody that kind of like was house, Dr. House, right? Somebody that dealt with really rare disorders and diseases. And first thing he says to me is same exact thing. And now, mind you, these appointments were really close to each other. And the first thing he says to me is, tell me about your childhood trauma. So this is a spiritual teacher and a functional doctor that both asked me the same exact question. And that's when I realized how much my body had been screaming at me for years and years and years to heal, to hear it, to know it. All my allergic reactions were actually my body saying it was a threat because anything that was in my surrounding during any of my sexual traumas became a threat to me.